Yesterday, there was a vote on the House floor to decide whether or not to expel George Santos from the House of Representatives. Seems like a no-brainer. He's a pathological liar. He's a grifter. He's corrupt. He's criminal. He did money laundering. Yeah, kick that motherfucker out of there. But sadly, after that vote, George Santos was not expelled from the House of Representatives. See, in order to expel a member of the House, you need 2/3 of the House of Representatives to vote to do so. That did not happen. Less than 2/3 of the House of Representatives voted to expel George Santos. So he's still in office. And of course, he takes a victory lap and he's talking some shit, which I don't understand because he's going to trial for 30 felony violations, 30 felony crimes, and he's not going to get through that. So I guess he's taking the moment with a little bit of a win because the rest of his life is going to be nothing but losses. Now, people were upset that he wasn't expelled from the House of Representatives, but Democrats were really pissed off because of the people voting not to expel George Santos was 31 Democrats. Democrats of note, people like Zoe Lofgren, Katie Porter, Jamie Raskin, they voted not to expel George Santos. You're probably thinking, what the fuck? Why would they do that? And that's a good question. And I think there's two reasons why they did that. The one is public, and the other one is the quiet words that nobody's going to say. Jamie Raskin spoke out on television. He was asked, why did you vote not to expel George Santos? And what he said was this. He said, I feel like it sets a bad precedence. He has not been convicted by the Ethics Committee in the House as yet or by the law. And if we kick him out before that is done, that's bad precedence. And he expanded on that. You see, Jamie Raskin is doing something the Republicans don't do, thinking ahead. Thinking ahead. If you do this to George Santos under these circumstances, well, then the Republicans are going to do it all day, every day to Democrats. And then we'll have a further shit show in Congress. So he's thinking ahead. What he's suggesting is that we need some kind of acknowledgement or proof that he is going to be convicted. It doesn't have to be the law. It could be the Ethics Committee come back and say, well, we've got this mountain of evidence and he definitely did this, and then expel him. I think Jamie Raskin's right about that. As much as we'd like to see him gone now, I think he's right. You don't want to set that precedence and leave a door wide open for the Republicans to ravage the Democrats some point down the line. But I think there's another aspect of this, too, that they won't say. I think, like, for example, when the Democrats could have saved Kevin McCarthy or Jim Jordan and they didn't, they could have kicked out George Santos and they didn't. I think part of it is they want to see these motherfuckers wallow in their bullshit. They got a year before the election. Let them implode by the stupid shit they do. Why should the Democrats give them a hand up when they're doing it to themselves? I really believe there is a certain part of the Democratic Party that's saying, fuck it, just let them go. Let them go. It's not great for the country, and it's going to put us through a year of hell. But hopefully once that year is done, and the Republicans are out, we can get back to some kind of normality. So that's the explanation. If it makes sense to you, great. If it doesn't, well, that's the case with a lot of us. But it is what it is.